Good morning, yogis. Welcome to the Breathe Salt and Yoga channel. I am Kim, and I will be leading you on a 1-hour yin practice today. So grab your mat and grab a pillow or a bolster if you have it, your blocks, your comforter. Make do with whatever you have. You can always use books for blocks. You can use your bed pillow for a bolster and your comforter as a blanket. So we're going to improvise with whatever you have at home and join me on the mat and let's get started. So take a moment to close the eyes and just allow the breath to move in and out through the body naturally. Notice the breath as it draws into the body and the belly fills. And notice the exhale as you release and let go. Nothing to do here but watch the breath moving in and out of your body. When you come to your mat, let that be a sacred place. A place away from the television, away from the news, from all the distractions. Let it be a place of serenity, of peace, of stillness. When we come to our mats, we allow our gaze to go inward. For many of us right now, that's very difficult. We're so distracted. We're living in fear. So during this practice, maybe I'll share a few tidbits of trying to find the positive in the chaos. With any yin practice, we'll find the pose or allow the pose actually to find us. And stay still and just allow ourselves to unwind. Keeping the eyes closed, take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. 2 more like that. Deep inhale. Open and let go. Last one. Now just sitting still for a moment, scanning the body, letting the breath find its natural rhythm in and out, not trying to change a thing, just observing. As you feel yourself root into the earth, allow the hips and the legs to be heavy. Let the feet be relaxed. As you start to draw the awareness up through the spine, stacking each bone on top of another. Take this opportunity to draw the shoulders down and back so you feel this gentle lift through the heart center. Lift the chin slightly. Allow your heart to radiate energetically outward, as well as behind the body. Soften the face, the jaw. Let your eyes roll back into the skull. And feeling yourself connected at the top of the crown, as though strings from the sky are pulling you up. And you can gently open your eyes. Moving into our first posture today, coming into caterpillar. So with caterpillar, we're going to allow the legs to come long. And you might need to have a blanket underneath the sit bones to roll the pelvic bowl forward. But take an opportunity here just to check in. What are you feeling? tension in the back of the legs, the back of the knees. Just observe for a moment. See if you can relax the tops of the legs. See if you can relax the glutes. And then from here, I invite you to move into the pose, walking the fingertips forward. Again, checking in, taking the first 30 seconds to just allow. And I know my body is tight, so I'm not going to force. When we are under stress, our body locks up. So be kind. Find that joyful discomfort. Maybe moving a little forward, allowing yourself just to melt here. Now you have options. The first 45 seconds, take time to set yourself up. Grab that pillow, maybe grab the book or a block. When our body is supported, it lets go. So you can always start with props and then slowly start to pull them away. As in any yin practice, we find our edge and we just allow time to pass, bringing ourselves back to the inward gaze. And that is hard during these times. So if the mind becomes distracted, bring it back to the breath, watching your breath move in and watching your breath move out. Notice how the body naturally wants to let go. Maybe feeling the feet relax, feeling the muscles in the legs get longer. Allowing yourself just to be drawn down by gravity into the arms of Mother Earth. Not losing the focus of the breath. For some of us, when it comes to silence, it's hard to quiet the mind. If you need to give the mind something to do, count the inhale and then count the exhale. Staying in your forward fold, maybe pulling a prop away one at a time. Just being present. Notice how the breath has started to slow down naturally. Again, not trying to control it. Just watching the breath roll into the body and out. As the sensations start to deepen, the breath starts to deepen. Yin is a passive practice. We're not forcing ourselves to look a certain way. We're intuitively listening to the body and how it feels. We're taking this time to listen to the wisdom within, freeing ourselves from the ego, assuming the pose is supposed to look a certain way. I invite you not to even watch the screen. as I guide you with cues. Take this time to discover what you're feeling, not only in the body, but also emotionally. When we sit in these postures, thoughts come up. Don't suppress them. Acknowledge them, and then let them drift away. We're here one more minute. And with our yin practice, moving out of the posture is just as important as being in the posture. So taking our time, moving as slow as you possibly can. Allowing the head to be heavy. Allowing the spine to round. As you slowly rise, enjoying the journey up, and letting the head be the very last thing that lifts. Acknowledging the sensation as the blood flows down through the body. Almost a sense of clearing the space. Good. From here, moving your props out of the way and coming into our second yin pose. Coming into child's pose. So from here, take an opportunity to allow the big toes to touch. Let the knees get as wide as you can. And again, you might choose to use your bolster and allow yourself to come down on a pillow, allowing the head to be supported, or maybe you choose not to have it. So from here, taking yourself to come close to the earth, melting down, arms come down, forehead comes down. Take the first few moments just to acknowledge how you're feeling. Without judgment. Start to sway the hips a little bit from side to side. Get in there. Shift the bottom back towards the heels best that you can. And then from here, drawing the forehead down, heart melts, arms grow long. And once you find the pose, or the pose finds you, find that stillness once again. Feeling gravity draw you down. Coming back to the sounds of the breath if your mind has wandered. Where can you open the body a little more? Maybe walking the arms out a little more. Again, finding that edge where there is a sensation that you're not just laying on the earth, but you're feeling yourself go a little deeper into the arms, into the shoulders, into the hips.
Keep coming back to the breath. Here, one more moment. Breath in and breath out. And taking this opportunity now just to gently roll the forehead from side to side, clearing the space at the third eye. This place where we focus on our intuition, our dreams, releasing any fear, any ego, any judgment at this time. Coming back to center. And taking a moment now to bend at the elbows, bring the palms together, let the palms come to the back of the shoulders. Give yourself a little massage. Notice if you're tight across the shoulder blades and shoulders from carrying stress. And then releasing the hands now, slowly drawing the palms towards the body. Again, moving slowly as you press yourself up from the earth, keeping the head and chin down, drawing the body up, and sitting back on the heels for just a moment. Finding stillness here for a few breaths. Letting each inhale bring a sensation of peace washing over you. And letting each exhale allow yourself to let go, to find a sense of relaxation. And from here, bringing the hands down, drawing the knees together. As we come in and giving our feet a little stretch. So coming into toe asana, curling the toes back, making sure the pinky toes are included in that. Sit back slowly. This is intense, I know, but this is so good for our feet, for the arches of our feet. Pause here. Come back to the eyes being closed, tall spine. Again, if the sensation becomes too intense, just start to count the breath coming in, count the breath going out. We won't be here long. But feel the arches. Feel the 26 bones in the feet.
all the muscles find a little stretch. During this time, it's very important to root into the earth. I know many of you were raised not to leave the house without wearing shoes, but I invite you during this time especially to walk barefoot around the yard, to get outside and enjoy nature. There are so many messages from all the animals, the insects, the elements, that it's time to tap into. We can focus on the doom and gloom of the virus, or we can focus on the benefits that Mother Earth is reaping during this time with less cars, less pollution. Focus on that positive vibe rather than being sucked into the negativity. Notice how your body craves more oxygen. Once you allow the breath to be on autopilot, you really start to serve yourself. Many of us have very short, rapid breathing patterns right now. We're living in fear of the unknown. We're stressed. We are not serving ourselves. This is a time more than ever to serve yourself. You've been given this golden opportunity of time, something that we all say that we don't have enough of. What are you going to do with this time? What are you going to create? And I'm not talking about just the to-do lists. I'm talking about really spending some time looking inward. We are resistant to change, but change is good. And beauty is birthed from change. Just a few more moments here. I know it's intense. Keeping the eyes closed and drawing the awareness to the third eye. And then from here, gently bring the hands forward. Release the feet. Allow the tops of the feet to be flat. You can kick them out. And from here now, come back onto the heels once again. Bring the fingertips towards the hips and take a gentle lean back. Knees lift. Getting the tops of the ankles stretched. Good. Breathe. Lift through the heart. Gaze here for just a few moments. We won't be here long. Allow the breath to deepen as the sensation deepens. 3 more deep breaths. Very nice. Slowly come down. Release. Bang it out once again. Good, and let's come into our next posture. So from here, you might need something to sit on. We're coming into yogic squat, malasana. So maybe a couple blocks, maybe not, but we want to try to allow our feet to be flat. So take a stance. Let's come into ragdoll for a moment. That'll feel good. So feet should look like the number 11, 2 fists distance apart. Take a bend into the knees. Let the head be heavy. And just allow yourself to hang. Clasp opposite elbows. Draw yourself down. Really bend the knees so the chest can rest on top of the thighs. And start to sway the head. No and yes. Maybe sway the body a little bit from side to side to release the lower back. Be here.
So anytime we come into an inversion, we're allowing the blood to flow in the opposite direction, nurturing the mind and the brain, getting new blood flowing. Breathe here. Pay attention to the feet. Notice if you're leaning to the inside of the feet or the outside. Notice if it's equal in all parts, from the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, the heel. Do you feel a slight lift in the arch on each foot? Just check in. You're discovering with the sensations that you're feeling. You're inviting those sensations in. And then let the arms dangle. Let's come in to a halfway lift, lift up. Nice flat back. Exhale and fold. From here, let's walk the feet out to the edges of the mat, making sure the knees are tracking over the toes and in the same direction. We're going to gently start to come down, bringing our bottom down. From here, you can come onto a block if you need to. Maybe one or two if you're tight in the hips. So we have this option here. If that's not available, just being right here for the moment. So wherever you're at, again, making sure knees and feet are tracking the same direction. Getting into yogic squat. Hands can come to the heart. Heart lifts. Breathe here. And come back with eyes closed. Just resting in this posture for a few moments, opening the hip joints. Any time that we spend on the earth or closer to the earth, it becomes a grounding posture. So whether you're lying on the earth or sitting or squatting, enjoying this connection, taking a moment to feel stable, centered. Really drawing the awareness into the third eye, into the heart. It's important that during these times that we have trust and faith. As we're in this position, we're not pressing the elbows into the thighs. We're just using the momentum of balance between resting the elbows into the thighs and the thighs resting at the elbows. Finding that balance, just like we're finding the balance with the inhale and the exhale of the breath.
Giving the body a scan. Noticing the subtle sensations that arise. And then from here, bringing the hands forward, touching the earth for a moment. And however you need to transition down now, coming onto your bottoms, we're going to come into Dragonfly. Most of the poses in Yin are named after animals. So coming into a straddle otherwise. So opening the legs that's comfortable to you, not forcing. Check in, making sure your props are near you for a moment. And again, allowing the inside of the legs, the meridians to open. This helps stimulate the kidney meridians, the bladder, the urinary tract. Come back to eyes being closed. Feet are relaxed. Acknowledging the heels resting on the earth. Calves are resting. Hamstrings. Bringing the awareness upward, feeling the sit bones root in. And as you root into the sit bones, you feel this little spring of energy roll up through the spine, through the side body, through the heart. Drawing the shoulders down and back once again. Bringing the ears over the shoulders. Allowing this ray of light to travel up through the spine and out through the top of the crown. And then also feeling this divine energy coming down through the crown to the base of the spine. Again, balance between the two of giving and receiving energy. From here, start to walk the hands forward, keeping the spine straight, pausing halfway. Keep checking into those sensations, using whatever you need to in regards to props. Coming back to the body and the meridian lines through the legs. Knowing that each breath that you bring into the body, you allow the energy to flow, releasing any blocks. Can you let go a little more? Breathe through it, in and out.
Where does the mind go when there's silence? Knowledge where the mind goes when there's also distractions. Can you stay present? We're here one more minute. And from here, start to bring the hands inward. Press away, lift up slowly. Again, once the head stacks over the shoulders, pause here. And then gently open the eyes if you choose. Take the hands, take a bend in the knees, bring the knees in. You can sway the hips from side to side just to release and shift the energy a little bit here. So moving into our next pose, you will need a pillow or a bolster. We're coming into deer pose. So taking the right leg in front, allow it to be parallel best that you can. Allow the left leg to be bent. Knee and ankle are in this beautiful dynamic. Sit up nice and tall. Notice when you sit up tall and you draw the weight over towards the left, we feel this sensation happening. Just pause here for a moment, acknowledge that. Make sure your pillow or your bolster is near, and we're going to place that bolster to the right hip. So sit up tall, get tall in the spine. And then from here, I want you to take the hands, frame the knee for a moment. Envision drawing the navel towards the knee. And then start to walk the hands around, framing your pillow. I apologize for the dinging. And from here, slowly start to walk the hands down. Take time. Spine is long. Bringing from the waist, maybe coming down to the forearms. Pause here. Let yourself land on the bolster. Dropping the forehead to the pillow or bolster, whatever you have. Pillow cushion, whatever works. Land here. Take 30 seconds before you go any further. And then maybe we can draw the chin down, Pause here, completely being supported by the bolster, landing wherever you can. Check in with the shoulders. Now you have the option to press the arms out into a T and taking the right ear to the bolster, making sure the head is supported here. So what feels good? Does it feel better with the elbows bent? Does it feel better with the arms nice and long? Can you relax the shoulders away? So do what serves you. Again, we'll be here for a few moments. Close the eyes. Listen to the beautiful sound of your breath. And check in with your neck. You have the opportunity here, if you'd like to go a little deeper, by gently lifting the head and turning the left ear, left cheek to the bolster. Again, see how it feels. If it doesn't feel good, then come back to resting the right cheek on the bolster. Now there's nothing to do but let time pass. How's your breathing? Coming back to that unity of body, mind, and breath. If a thought arises, come back to listening to your breath serve you. Last minute here. Wherever you're at with the head, take a deep inhale. Open the mouth, let the breath fall out. Slowly bring the forehead back to where the third eye is resting. Slide the hands towards the body. Bend the elbows and gently rise and press yourself up. Eyes closed, coming all the way back to center. Shifting the body in alignment towards the left sit bone, rooting down. Take 3 deep breaths without moving. And slowly open your eyes. And let's shift to the other side. So bringing the hands behind you, again, bringing the legs out in front. If you need to wiggle them out, shake them out, that's fine. A little windshield wiper from side to side is always nice. And coming to the other side now, allowing the left shin and leg to be parallel. And bringing in the right knee as you bend it back. Ankle and knee are in alignment. Bringing the pillow or bolster to your left hip. Sit up nice and tall. Come back to eyes being closed. Press for a moment the right sit bone down to the earth. And then from here, framing the left knee and gently rotating from the navel as you start to turn. Coming into deer on the other side. So taking your time again to wring out the spine, wringing from the waist. Start to slowly lower yourself down. Coming down to the forearms. Coming down. Allowing the heart to land, forehead to drop. Just pausing here. Let the body settle. Notice that each side of the body is a little different. So from here, you can start to let the arms come out or have them be bent, what serves you best. And bringing the left cheek, left temple towards the pillow. Letting the body just melt into the earth. Everything is being drawn down. From here, just checking in, sending gratitude to the side of the body that's open and compassion to the side of the body that's speaking a little louder. Can you surrender? Can you surrender to just being and allowing? Are you wired to where you always have to be doing? For me, I think that's the biggest lesson during this time, It's been my word to allow. And checking into the neck now. And if you did the other side and you want to go a little deeper, taking the right cheek, right temple, and turning the head. If you've never done yin before, this could be a very challenging practice. To be still is very challenging, but it's so necessary. For when we are still, we can allow the body to give us messages that we may not normally hear when we're distracted in our everyday lives. Ask your body what it wants to share and tell you.
I'm back. That's the whole thing with video and interruptions. So I'm back, and let's finish these last few moments of class. So coming now with your bolster or your pillow, let's open up through the heart. So taking that bolster or pillow behind you, your books or your block, and let's take the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to be heavy, and slowly roll yourself back one vertebra at a time until you come all the way down, lying on your back, making sure that the head is supported. And then from here, you have the option to check into the legs. That doesn't serve you to have the knees bent. You can allow the legs to be long. Open up through the heart center, palms out. Shoulder blades drawing back. Just being present. Some of you might need a block. If you're tall, you might. But just allowing the spine to be supported. The back of the body now to melt into the pillow. Coming into this supported Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly. Allowing the belly to rise and the belly to fall. Allow the head to slightly tilt back so you can feel this opening through the throat. Connecting the bridge from the heart to the throat to the third eye. Letting it be a reminder that as we're in quarantine or at our homes, to speak kind words, to keep the energy moving with love rather than frustration. To take a moment to pause before we actually speak. And when you're ready, slowly you can help the knees come back to center. Let the feet be flat. Come rolling on to the right side for just a moment. Come off of the bolster. And allow yourself to take up space coming into Shavasana. So let the feet come to the corners of the mat. Let the arms draw down by the sides. Let's take a full body stretch. Arms overhead, point the toes, stretch through the body. Exhale, come back. Hands down by the sides. Gently roll the head from side to side to release any tension in the neck. And I want you to find your pose of peace. Nothing to do here. I'm going to slowly come up so you don't have to watch me. Staying in Shavasana. Letting this be a moment to meditate on the movements that you did, onto the sensations that you felt in your body. And now let's just allow the vibration of the sound bowl to move through you. So this crystal bowl is for the heart chakra. We can always invite a little more love in our lives. So staying down, reconnecting, and just being. And taking a cleansing breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and gently whisper the breath out. Starting with the toes, scan the body. Taking that awareness all the way up to the top of the crown. And from here, gently come rolling onto your right side. And pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated pose. Bringing the hands to the heart center. You can reclose the eyes, just finding balance between both sides of the body, masculine and feminine, between sun and moon. Feeling a sense of wholeness, knowing that you are not alone, that we are in this together. Take time to inspire yourself. As I wish everyone a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.